Hey there guys, it's Joe with Sloppy Joe's Shred Shack, and today we are going to be taking a look at a Reverend Buckshot. Let's hear what this thing sounds like. Well, anyways, welcome back to the Shred Shack. If you haven't seen my face before, my name is Joe, and it's super awesome to have you here. Now, again, if you haven't seen my face before, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. That'll make me happy, of course, and by default, that's gonna make you happy. So guess what? We are all happy together, and that is what matters in this life. But anyways, I stole this off the shelf at Good Times Music in Houghton, Michigan. At the time of recording this video, this guitar is still currently available at the store. So feel free to stop in and take a look and see what wares he has to offer. Thank you, Bruce, for letting me do this. Now, Bruce started doing some work or some business with Reverend Guitars a few years ago, and honestly, best thing that could have happened to that little store. These guitars are phenomenal, and you know, I kind of sound like a Reverend pimp right now for sure, because every guitar that I've gotten has been phenomenal. So I don't really have anything bad to say. I mean, they're all their own tool in their own way, but they're all incredible guitars. If you want like pricing and all that, hit the link down in the description below and take a look over there. But I will say, after now doing the Descent baritone, which is something that I personally own, after doing the Charger 290 and the Reverend Double Agent, this is the guitar. It's incredible. But before I talk about it anymore, we're going to whip the specs out as I see them. So we have a 25.5-inch scale length guitar, so pretty common scale length. We have 22 frets. They are medium jumbo frets, which I personally like. The reason being is because I like a little bit of a bigger fret. When I'm playing lead, I don't want to feel wood under my fingers, but I also don't want, well, I guess I want the biggest fret possible, but most people still want to have that safety net of being able to, you know, push down and not push too far. This is kind of the perfect fret height for that. All right, so you have a roasted maple neck and fretboard, black dots. You have 6 inline tuners with a little string tree right here. And then, of course, you have 6 Reverend locking tuners. Honestly, one of the greatest features to have ever happened on any guitar in the last, I don't know, X amount of years. I love this feature. Now, I'm not going to say it makes anything more stable. It's debatable. You know what I mean? Like, that's just all preference. But the thing that I like the most about these is that they work wonderfully, and string changes are so easy with locking tuners. All right, so then we'll get down to the body here. So you have this like Telecaster style pickup, or I should say T style pickup, whatever. It's got the big bass plate on it. This thing is gnarly. It has something I believe called a Revtron humbucker in the neck, where this pickup is really bright. For a humbucker, it kind of sits in the middle of like a single coil and a humbucker in that, like, I don't know, medium area. I really like this. If I'm having this type of setup where I have a Telecaster bridge and let's just say one of those Telecaster neck pickups, this beats one of those Telecaster pickups out any day of the week. You have a 3-way selector, a volume, and a tone, and then of course the renowned Reverend bass contour knob. If you go into a lot of my other videos, you kind of see me play with it. I might do a little bit of stuff with this, but not much. Basically what this does is when it's full on, all the frequency comes through the guitar, and when it's off, the bass is like cut down a little bit on the EQ curve, right? So it really focuses and tightens up the sound, and it sounds really, really good. Tunematic bridge. On the back side here, you have a 6-bolt neck plate. They say it is to make the guitar more stable. I can neither prove nor disprove that, but I will say that the logo looks really cool. Other than that, pretty standard stuff. The electronics on all Reverends are upgraded. I believe they have, you know, different capacitors and stuff. So like when you roll the volume off, it doesn't lop off the high-end frequency very much. And they're special guitars. It's stuff that you find on much more premium instruments, and you get at a pretty budget price considering what you're getting. This is truly a budget guitar. This is like buying, I don't even know, next to custom shop, but not having to pay custom shop price. So, but yeah, it's a great guitar. But yeah, my experience with this is that this thing is aggressive for a single coil loaded guitar. I love the sound of a Telecaster bridge pickup. They are dirty, they are gnarly, they hit hard. This drove the front end of my Soldano really, really well, and you'll hear that in the tone demo. Now, the star of the show, honestly, is the middle position here. I don't know which coil it is. I didn't actually like poke and, you know, double check, but like the middle position sounds so good if you're doing cleans. Like, I cannot iterate enough how good the middle position on this guitar sounds. It's awesome. The neck is really, really nice. I believe the body is Carina. I could be wrong. I'm like 99% sure there, but it is a thicker sounding wood. So, that bass contour knob comes in really, really handy when you're trying to like just tighten up the bottom end. Man, I'm telling you, this is a force to be reckoned with. For like rock guitar, you could be playing punk. You could do a lot of stuff with this, and it's gonna sound really, really good. Honestly, what it screams to me, like this style would be like maybe Midwest emo, where you need a variety of sounds. This is the guitar for that, no doubt. But on the same token, it's got so much attack that I was kind of floored, and I'm really picky about the guitars that I play. One of them for sure is my Suhr, or however you say that brand, and that has the most attack I've ever heard out of any guitar. I love it. This doesn't have quite as much, but it has a boatload, and the clarity of the strings was something that, like, when I plugged this in, I was like, ooh, I might need to buy this. And rarely do I get a guitar. Like, I play a lot of guitars, and I like a lot of guitars, but it takes a lot for me to want a guitar. This is I want this guitar. Out of all the Reverends I have played so far, this is the best one. The tonal variety is amazing. And I would say, like, a lot of, like, people say that, like, this style of bridge pickup is the best bridge pickup for anything. It's like the most well-rounded, great-sounding pickup. Of course, because it's a single coil, you're going to get that 60-cycle hum, but that's totally fine. If you're looking for an excuse to buy a guitar right now because you're watching this video, just get it. I'm not even going to tell you no. This is so good. The fret ends are really, really good. And in the northern Midwest right now, we're in the middle of winter, and normally there's a lot of fret sprouting that's going on and different things of that nature. This doesn't have it, man. This really doesn't have it. And it's comfortable. Like, access to the 22nd fret is really, really easy. For what you're paying, you are getting twice the amount of guitar for what you're paying. It's awesome, especially if you want something that looks a little bit different. You know, if you can get out of the mindset of like stereotypical guitar shapes, this thing, man, it's awesome. Like, I think the headstock looks cool. Maybe that's controversial, but I love the way that this guitar looks. It sounds good. It plays good. we're gonna jump into the tone demo here pretty quick, but I'm just gonna be plugging this right into my Soldano, and then I got my Line 6 Helix on the floor just for a little bit of boost for the lead and for reverb, and that's about it. But guys, let's hear what this thing sounds like. Well, anyways, that is what the Reverend Buckshot sounds like. This thing is a rock and roll machine. Also, I love the fact that it cleans up really, really well, mainly because of naturally lower output pickups in comparison to like the modern stuff that's kind of happening currently. But this thing sounds really good for everything. I wasn't able to not throw something at this that it wasn't able to handle. Now, did I do like the brutal chugs or anything like that? No, I didn't do that because I don't think someone who is buying this guitar is gonna be using this for total brutality. But do I think you could play almost everything with this? Absolutely, without a question. Whether that's, you know, jazz, country, rock, post-hardcore for sure. Like, all that stuff. Midwest emo. Like, if you want to have fun on an instrument, this is what it is. I went over this thing with a fine-tooth comb. There are no problems with it. This is as premium as it gets for this price point, man. Like, I cannot iterate that enough. If you're trying to find an excuse to buy this guitar, this is the excuse. Buy the damn thing. It is excellent. You're going to feel cool when you wear it. People are going to ask you questions about it. It's awesome. But if I was to give this a scale rating, I'm going to give this an 8.6. It is just a little bit better than the last few Reverends that I've been playing. And I vibe with this guitar. A lot of the times I get a guitar that comes in the studio and I can recognize that it's a good guitar, but it doesn't inspire me to play. I would say like the Reverend Double Agent was that for me, where I was like, I mean, it's a guitar and it's nice and I can recognize that, but it didn't want to make me just play. This guitar makes me want to play. And honestly, there might be a chance that I might buy this down the road. It's excellent. For a gigging musician, that's who this is for. It's going to be able to take a beating and it's going to sound good doing it the entire time. But anyways, guys, if you like what I'm saying, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video, follow me on Facebook and Instagram at sloppyjoes_shredshack. It'll be nice to have you. Things that you guys don't know, I try to read and respond to every comment. I'm not going to say that I was great over the last few years, but now that I'm back in it again, I try to, you know, engage with you guys and have fun. And, you know, your feedback helps me become a better person. I'm all about it. But anyways, if I was to leave you with a little piece of advice here, just be kind to each other. I keep saying that over and over, but we live in a world that's unkind. And every day that you can pump a little bit of positivity, it will come back to you, because the world will be more positive. And when we all together make the world a better and more positive place, it's just going to be better for everybody to live and have fun. But anyways, guys, later.